Welcome to Late Night Tea with S and Z. And before we get started, you know I always like to start off with asking Zakaya, is there anything that you would like to let the world know today?
Not that I can think of. I feel like it's been a little bit since we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Excited and ready to get into things today.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Our topic today is going to be relationships and dating.
Ooh, like a little season 1 throwback.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It seems like people like when we talk about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start off today with living together before marriage.
That's really funny that that's like one of your topics for today, because coming back from the Poconos, or maybe going to the Poconos, for those of you who don't know, I went on a ski trip not too long ago. But going to or coming back from the Poconos, me and my friends who I was driving with were actually talking about that. We were talking about like moving in before marriage and like kind of when's the right time and stuff, and we had similar but different opinions.
Okay.
So I think this is a fun one.
It was 3 of y'all.
It was 3 of us.
So 3 different opinions, but similar, you said. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So who wants to go first? I think you should.
You think I should? Okay. So I think that you should move in with someone before you get married, because you don't really know, no matter how long you're with a person, what they're really like and like how they really choose to live when, like, you know, without them being like, oh, she's coming over, let me mop the floor for the first time in 3 months. Like, you know, you can figure out, like, you can't really figure that out unless you're actually living with them. So I do think you should move in before marriage. And I do think that was kind of the general consensus in the car talk that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I think where we diverged a lot is like how much before. Like, are you moving in definitely before marriage, but are you moving in before an engagement? Are you moving in, you know, kind of at what point? And for me, I also think you should move in before you get engaged. I just think that, like, there's certain things you have to learn about a person before you can decide that you're going to spend the rest of your life with them. So I think that, like, you know, if it's a really serious relationship, a couple years in, and you're like, you know, this person, I don't think that we're going to be splitting up anytime soon, I think moving in works. I think it's an okay idea. And not to be that guy, but have you looked at the cost of housing? Rent is ridiculous. Like, if I could split this in half, it's not unthinkable. I just feel like, you know, there's a big difference between like a roommate and moving in with someone you're in a relationship with, so I don't think you should rush into it.
Okay.
But I don't think that you necessarily have to wait until you're engaged to do it.
I think definitely wait until marriage. Shocking, right? I'm joking.
I must be like, what?
No, it's just actually weird to hear you say, because I really do have the same type of feeling when it comes, not feeling, what word am I looking for? I feel the same way, basically. I do think that if you are in a relationship with someone and you guys are living separate, that it is more so of a, oh, this person is coming over, so let me make sure I, you know, pick up my dirty clothes off the floor, or I make sure I clean the sink, or, you know, let me pick up the hair and stuff. I'm just naming a whole bunch of things that I think is literally disgusting. But yes, I do think that moving in ahead of time, because that leads up to it as well. Like, you find out, now I'm not saying that every relationship you get into that you have to, like, all right, you know what? I've been with you for 2 years, let's move in, let's just see how it works. And then you break up with that person, then, oh, you know what? I've been with you for like a year, so let's move in and see. I'm not saying do that. But I do think if you are in a long-term committed relationship and you guys choose to move in together, it's a great way to filter out if you can or cannot live with this person. Now, going back to what I always say, a relationship, marriage, whatever it is compromise. you can't always expect someone to live the way that you were brought up, and they can't expect you to live the way that they were brought up, you know. So it is definitely a lot of compromise. You do get to know someone more, I believe.
I'm sure.
You know, but you're still learning things every single day. I've been with your father 27 years. I'm still learning. He still does things that's like, you know, and then even though we'll have like our little talks and stuff like that sometime, and I'll be like, oh, like, really? Oh, you want to do that for in the house? Okay, like, you know, so it's definitely always going to be a learning process, but the major ones, definitely you will learn in the beginning.
Yeah.
So you will also get to see, like, all right, y'all move in, and it's like, I don't like to have dishes in the sink overnight.
Yes.
You know, so it'll be like, I just wash those dishes, and you just put a glass in there, like, you're gonna wash it,
Yeah.
you know, or gonna fill up the dishwasher and don't run it. Like, you know, like, I would like to have those dishes cleaned in the morning. Now, it's not a huge deal,
Of course.
but it's something that you guys can get used to doing if the other doesn't do it. Or he comes home, takes off his work clothes, depending on the type of work he does,
Yes.
and he takes off the work clothes and he just leaves them wherever he takes them off at. Or you combing your hair. Our hair sheds a lot.
It does.
So I'm constantly making sure we don't have hair all over the place. So you combing your hair in your bathroom, and it's just
hair all over the floor.
Yes, or in the sink, and you know, stuff like that. So he may be okay with that, you know. So he'll probably be like, "Oh, that's not a big thing," but you leaving toothpaste in the sink when you brush your teeth may be a bigger issue.
Yeah.
You know, so, and all of that is an issue for you. So you will be like, all right, like, okay, so you think it's okay to leave hair right here when you're combing your hair or whatever it is, like, whatever it is, the type of hair he has. Like, you think that's okay? No.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just little things, but moving in ahead of time will definitely, even if you guys are on different pages, it can bring y'all on the same page.
That's also
because it's like, all right, I know he likes this to be done this way. I know she likes this to be done this way. So you know what? I'll just do it.
You know what I think is like a big step before the move-in process that I feel like kind of falls into the same category?
What?
Going on a vacation together. I think before you move in with someone, you need to go on a vacation with them, because I think that's the first insight into how they live. Because you're sharing a hotel room, you're kind of at a different space. I think that is like your peek into how moving in with someone can be.
I never thought about that, but
Because
okay.
think about it. Think about when we travel. We kind of keep our clothes in one area. They usually stay in the bag. We take stuff out, we'll lay things out, and then put stuff back. Versus some people just travel and then their clothes are all over the floor because that's just how they're used to living. Stuff like that. I think that's like the first peek into it before you get like the full window in.
That's so funny that you said that, because you know, when we do go away, I like to have stuff situated and organized. I'm like, all right, this stuff goes bathroom, this stuff goes here. Like, okay,
and
so
that's a good peek into how we live, because that's how you are at home. See, I feel like that's a good like first step.
Okay. So the consensus is, we think that
go move in today.
that's not what I was getting at. But okay. Now, the next one is age gaps. How big is too big of an age gap?
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna go first.
Oh, okay.
I always say, like, you know, because it's always like a different time or whatever.
I was about to say I have 2 answers, so yes.
For you, what did I leave it as? I was like, before I was a little bit more like, oh, no more than like a year or 2. But I think like 3 to 4. I think 4, or did I say 4 to 5?
I think you used to say 4. Well, not used to, but like with me being
Recently.
23, I think you
Yeah.
were saying 4 to 5.
4 to 5 right now. 5 years is definitely the max.
Yeah.
When it comes to my child.
Mm-hmm.
You parent however you want to parent, but for me, at this age, yes, it is. There's a difference because growing up, like as a teenager, there's no way I can be like, oh, you're 15 dating a 20-year-old. Absolutely not. If you're 16 years old, you're gonna be dating a 17. I wouldn't even say 18.
18,
And I know
I feel
that-
like if they're still in high school,
For you
I
guys,
think it's fine.
I see it, but I'm like,
I think 16 dating 18 still in high school, fine. 16 dating 18 in college is different.
I
To
don't
me.
know. I just, like I said, I see it for you guys because it seems to be, I don't know, you guys just see it differently from how I was growing up, you know. Me and your dad
Mhm.
is 1 year apart.
Yes.
So it's not a huge difference,
Yeah.
you know. And then for a couple of months, we're actually the same age.
Yes.
So to me, it's like, that's not, of course, that's not bad. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
But growing up, it wasn't bad either,
Mhm.
you know. But I did know people who were dating, like, let's just say you're 17 or even 18 years old,
Mhm.
and you're dating someone 25 to 30. Like, I knew people who were doing that, and to me, it's just like, what? You know? So you, 23? Yeah, 28 is the max.
I think that's reasonable.
The max. And it also depends on what type of 28 it is,
Mhm.
you know. So, yeah, I don't know. For me, that's for me. But go ahead.
I was gonna say I had 2 answers.
Okay.
My first answer being for me at 23, I think 5 years would be the max.
Okay.
I think the youngest I would date is a year under me. The oldest I would date is 5 years older than me. So
Okay.
my range I think would be like 22 to 28.
Oh, okay.
Now, with that being said, and 22 is pushing it.
Uh-oh.
I think that the actual like age gap is something that varies the older you get.
Yeah.
So like if
That's
you're
true.
younger, it might only be a year or 2.
Uh-huh.
But as you get older, I think it can widen a little bit more. Because honestly, if Pops is 90 and he got a 75-year-old girlfriend, I'm not mad at him. I'm sorry. Yes, that is 15 years, but I can't say I'm mad at Pops. I can't. If you 60 with a 30-year-old, I'm going to side-eye you a little bit. I am. I'm gonna be like, that's crazy. So I really do feel like, you know, just somebody who's in your same age group makes sense. So, you know, the geriatrics with the geriatrics, if they 20 years apart, it's okay. But, like, you can't be in the geriatrics with somebody who's, like, midlife crisis age.
Oh,
like,
my
that's,
God.
you know, I feel like somebody in your age group, I think, makes sense.
I'm definitely along for the ride with the same age group.
Yeah.
That definitely. You are hilarious. that I can say. But yeah, like I am with that.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It just seems to be a maturity level as well.
Yeah.
Not when it all boils down to it, but sometimes when it boils down to it, because it seems like you can, like, I know for me, I always say I was 19 years old when I had you, but I was very mature for my age. So the 19-year-olds now,
Mm-hmm.
they're grown. They think they're grown. They act grown. But I don't see them being as mature.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're more so worried about getting their hair done, makeup done, the brands of the clothes that they have to wear, who's gonna see them on social media.
Mhm.
It's more so of them pretending to be, I don't know, like I can't explain it, but it's just not the same,
Yeah.
you know? So for me, it's like, you 19 years old, only thing you're worrying about is your attire and your next. Like, you worried about your attire and your neck, like where you gonna get, I don't know how much marijuana costs anymore. Weed, I'm sorry. That's what y'all say.
The marijuana.
I'm not sure how much that costs anymore, but that's what everybody seems to be worried about. Like, oh, well, how I'm gonna get my money to, you know, to make sure I could be high and have these Balenciagas on. Like, that's what you worried about. So now you dating, let's just say this, all right, if 19, let's just say you're dating this 30-year-old guy who has, stability.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be interested in
That's true.
what you know what I mean? So, but a lot of the young girls now are going for older guys because of stability, and then you getting ran through because they don't want you, they use you, they pass you on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
You done got to pay a sneakers or something from them, so now you're moving on to the next person. So now it's like a lot of the kids, this is their mindset. So it's like the maturity level is just not there, instead of going out and getting it on your own.
I will say maturity level is a big reason why my age range is only 1 year under, but can be up to 5 years above.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like at 23, the idea of me dating someone who is under the legal drinking age, despite the fact that that's only a 3-year difference, sounds ridiculous to me.
Okay.
Like, you're halfway through your bachelor degree and can't get into a bar. That feels like a completely separate world from me right now, even though it's only 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do feel like, especially, that's how you can tell, like, 20 is still really young, because, like, 23, like, that early 20s era is still super young, because it's, like, so much changes so rapidly that it's just, like, you can tell it's still at that earlier end of the spectrum, because 3 years does make a huge difference. Between me being 23 right now, 3 years from now, I'll be late 20s. 3 years ago, I was just turning 20. Versus when we were talking about the higher end of the age dating spectrum, 3 years when you're 93 versus 96 and 90, like, it's all the same thing.
I think we get it.
Yeah.
I think we get it.
It's all the same thing at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. So the age gap, it varies.
Mm-hmm.
It varies depending on your age,
Mm-hmm.
and your maturity level.
Yeah, I think those are definitely the two big ones.
Okay, I see. I think that's it for me.
I think that's it for me as well.
So,
I guess.
It's not.
It's not.
Sorry. I want to say happy 30th anniversary to two of my favorite people.
Yes.
Kenya and Ronald,
Mm-hmm.
aka Lakeisha and Nuki.
Yes.
I love you guys so much. 30 years is nothing compared to y'all lifetime of forever that y'all have, that y'all looking forward to. Saturday was amazing.
So fun.
And I just love you guys, and just continue to be who you are so you two can continue to be together and love each other eternally like y'all been doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Other than that, I really, for real, I don't have nothing else.
Yes. So then I think that this has been Late Night Tea with S and Z.
Drink responsibly.